Do you ever feel like 24 hours isn't enough to juggle classes, assignments, projects, extracurriculars, and maybe even a side hustle? Well, you are in luck because by the end of this video, you will have the tools and the tips that you need to manage your time so well, you wonder how you ever survived without them. Hello future achievers, you are watching Study with OAT, where we make academic success a lifestyle. Let's dive into how to properly manage your time as a student in 2025. I'll be sharing 5 unique tips and tools that you can get started today to completely change the game. Tip number 1, using time logs. Before you manage your time, you need to understand how you typically spend your time in a day. Time is money, as often said. So when you start your day, measure how much time you spend doing everything. Be it how much time you spend on your phone in the day, how much time you spend studying each subject or course. I talked about this and so much more in my previous video, The Ultimate Guide to Academic Success in 2024, which you can check out after watching this video. And if you are not new to this channel, you know that I'm the #1 Notion advocate. When you have a full understanding of what is being given excessive time and what's being given insufficient time, you can then actively allocate the appropriate time to each task. Like if you typically spend about an hour every day getting ready, time yourself for 30 minutes and you'll be surprised how quickly you would get ready. This is because your body reacts more faster when there's an associated deadline with each task. Also, create a timetable for yourself in order to plan your tomorrow today and reduce decision paralysis. Tip number 2, using the Eisenhower matrix. The Eisenhower matrix has to be one of the most game-changing time management tools I've learned. I talked more about it in my How to Be That Student in 2024, which you can check out, is linked in my description. But basically, the matrix allows you to group all of your tasks into 4 different quadrants to manage your time and avoid burnout. Quadrant 1 is the quadrant with the highest priority. They are your important and urgent tasks, like tasks with the deadlines. They should be done first. Quadrant 2 is the quadrant with the second highest priority. They are your important and non-urgent tasks, like tasks that can be planned and scheduled. Quadrant 3 is the quadrant with middle priority. They are your non-important but urgent tasks. These tasks should be given to someone else if possible. And quadrant 4 is the quadrant with the lowest priority. They are your non-important and non-urgent tasks. These tasks are your time wasters. They should be reduced. And I integrated this matrix into my Notion to-do list, and when performing my task, I start from my Q1 tasks first. Number 3, master your energy, not just your time. Everyone's energy towards studying and anything really fluctuates throughout the day. Early birds' energy is highest during the day and plummets at night, while night owls' energy is slowest during the day and peaks at night. So you need to tailor your energy to your tasks. If you're an early bird, you need to devote the day for your high priority task, that is your Q1 and your Q2 tasks, and your night for your Q3 and Q4 tasks. While if you are a night owl, you need to devote the night for your Q1 and Q2 tasks and your day for Q3 and Q4 tasks. If you want to know if you're an early bird or a night owl or a biphasic learner, feel free to go to my description box where some questions are there to determine whether you fall into any of these categories. Tip number 4, the 5 focus framework. One of the best things I've learned this year is the approach that you can divide your day into 5 frames. The best thing about this is that you can integrate it with the Eisenhower matrix. The first frame would be when you typically wake up in a day. For me, that would be from 4. So the first frame is from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. for me. This frame is for my morning routine and using 2 to 3 hours to do my early morning walk, at least one task. The second frame from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. This frame will be mostly spent in school on the weekdays. I use this frame to plan my tasks for the day, and on weekends I use this frame to plan my tasks and to get a head start on my Q1 tasks and my Q3 tasks. The third frame from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. A little bit of this frame might be spent in school on weekdays, but as soon as you get home, give yourself 2 hours to unwind, get changed, and take a nap if you want. The fourth frame from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Use this time to try and finish your Q1 tasks. If you are unable to at the end of the frame, leave the task for now and move on to the next frame. The fifth and final frame for the day is from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. This frame is mainly to complete your Q2 tasks. If you are able to finish them before 12 a.m., use some of the extra time to finish your Q1 tasks, and otherwise postpone your unfinished Q1 tasks to the next day. Of course, this framework is completely flexible to whatever works for you and how you spend your day. The summary of this 5 focus framework is included in my Notion planner template, which I use to organize my to-do list, tests, assignments, days, and life in general. If you want access to this completely free and accessible template, feel free to message me on Instagram or WhatsApp with proof of your subscription. They are both linked in my description box. Tip number 5: don't just study. Here's why. Can you believe that avoiding extracurriculars and other passions like online skills and focusing solely on studying was the worst mistake I made this past year? If your only commitment is studying, you'll soon realize that you begin to postpone studying, convincing yourself that you have the time anyway. But if you become committed to the right amount of extracurricular activities like after-school clubs, learning a skill, be it online or in real life, or starting a side hustle, you realize that you begin to maximize the limited time you have for studying, because you know that you don't have enough time to do this outside this window. But of course, don't overexert yourself too much. Now, before you go, this is your homework chapter. Actionable steps that you can take today to manage your time much more better. Number 1, practice using time logs. Number 2, download Notion. Number 3, be sure to message me with proof of your subscription for my Notion planner template. Trust me, it's a game changer. And number 4, learn an online skill or commit to one extracurricular activity. If you've made it this far, be sure to comment down below a clock emoji to let me know that you watched this video to the end. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. Goodbye for now, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.